Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar has been critical of the U.S. handling of the war. Minnesota's 5th congressional district includes all of Minneapolis and some surrounding suburbs. Congresswoman Omar is being challenged again by former Minneapolis City Council member and community activist Don Samuels. He almost beat her in last year's primary. Omar won by about 2,500 votes. Also announced for the campaign 2024 in the 5th District, Democrats Sarah Gadd, an attorney, and Democrat Tim Peterson, an Air Force veteran. And there is a Republican running, Dalia Al-Aqida, a journalist. But we have Congresswoman Ilhan Omar right here live in the studio. Thank you so much.
Of course, great to be with you, Esme.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the war between Israel and Hamas. Your thoughts about where things stand, and do you support President Biden's handling of the war?
It's been really incredibly tragic to watch what has taken place, what UNICEF calls it a war on children. I survived a war as a kid. Oftentimes children are the ones who are devastated in these conflicts. UNICEF said in most conflicts, 20% of the casualties sometimes could be children. In this case, it's over 40%. We cannot allow this tragedy to continue. We have over 18,000 people who have died. 70% of them are women and children. And to have our government continue to supply the ammunition that is being used to take these lives is something that I can't support, and something that we need our government to change course. We obviously called for a ceasefire. We want a negotiated ceasefire and a negotiated process to release the hostages. We know when you're indiscriminately firing, as the president has said, is what Israel is doing, you risk killing your own hostages. And I just hope that humanity prevails, that the president listens to the over 60 members of Congress who have now joined me and my colleagues in calling for a ceasefire and finding a lasting solution to this conflict, because the status quo means that children will continue to die, means that the occupation will continue, means that nobody's ever going to be safe in that region.
I want to ask you about an abandoned Biden movement that is being led by Muslim leaders here in Minneapolis, but also in 8 other states. This is video of that right here. There is a movement to work against President Biden, organize somebody behind a third-party candidate. You have said you support President Biden, and you've been very helpful to him in getting some legislation passed. Do you support President Biden for president?
I recently had a conversation with the president. Muslims were very pivotal to his election. They mobilized in all of the key states. Young people were very instrumental in him getting elected. And what I reminded him was that he needs to listen to these voices. People are heartbroken. It's been really hard to have conversations about politics and policy. People just want the images of young children's bodies that are piling up to end, and they want our support for this to end.
I want to ask you about a comment by Don Samuels, one of your opponents. And I'm going to read the whole thing because he said he's been taken out of context, and I've got 2 questions for you. He said on a podcast, and to not be, when he was asked about you, to not be responsible and available to those people, to meet with them and find out what their concerns are and to answer their tough questions, to not get back to people on the phone. Who do you think you are, and who do you think you're working for? You're not cute enough, you don't dress well enough, nothing about you is attractive enough to overcome that deficit. I want to ask you about the last part first, your reaction to that.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of women in politics deal with these sexist, misogynist comments. Is unbecoming of someone who seeks to be a public servant. But I'm tough, I'm strong, and I will continue to do the work my constituents send me to do. And to the first part before you even ask, just this year, we've done over 20 town halls and roundtables. I am constantly in the community. We have something called Ilhan on the Hijab, where I show up in small businesses and take a shift to serve. We pride
Great
ourselves.
name, by the way, also on the hijab. Okay.
I can't take credit for it. It's from SNL skit. But also, you know, we pride ourselves in this sort of co-governance work that we do, where we listen to our constituents and take up legislation and advocacy because of what they're telling us on the ground.
Okay. I want to ask you very quickly here, because we're running out of time and my producer is going to get really mad at me. Your position on police, you very well publicized that you supported an amendment, a charter amendment that was voted down here in Minneapolis that would have replaced the Minneapolis Police Department with something else. You were a key in negotiating a major funding bill just this past fall, or I guess a year ago now, to support the police, to provide funding for police. Where do you stand on funding for police officers here in Minnesota and across the country?
Yeah, I mean, this is the sort of thing that happens when people just don't really pay attention to the work that I do, but just want to criticize me. Obviously, my job as a federal legislator is to set policy for the nation. Not only have I pushed for the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act, as you remember, I was instrumental in negotiating a key package to help fund public safety for all of our communities. I've worked
in fall of 2022.
Exactly. I've worked with local municipalities to try to get the resources that they need in order to keep all of us safe. And that charter amendment that you mentioned that he fought so hard against and wasted our resources is really what right now the mayor is carrying out, trying to reimagine public safety and get us out of this process of just thinking police officers is what is needed as public safety, but thinking about the other pieces of it. And Minneapolis, I think, is on the right track at the moment.
Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, we obviously are going to be following the campaign. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate your time.
Of course. Thank you for having me.